Sorry, I have all these wires everywhere, but this video I wanted to talk about, honestly I don't even know. I just turned the camera on and I was like, I'll figure it out later, right? But it's later now and I don't know what to talk about. Well, I guess I could talk about this one thing that I've actually been thinking about. I've been getting a lot of comments, whether it was in person or even online, about how inspired people were about my multiple sclerosis journey video. And I'll put a link down below for those of you who don't even know what I'm talking about. But that video, honestly guys, it's almost at 2K views. And that's crazy. It's so crazy because I just posted that a year ago. It was something I was thinking about for a while. And I personally feel like, I don't know why my voice just squeaked, but I personally feel like I've been strong through my whole multiple sclerosis journey because of everything I've been through as a teenager. So just being a teenager, I'm 21 right now. Am I 21? Yes, I'm 21 right now. I turned 22 at the end of this year. I kind of started wondering how I was even strong about being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, because I know for a lot of people, like some people just get really upset about things like this, right? And you know what, to each their own. But for me personally, I didn't feel as upset because I honestly spent months crying myself to sleep thinking I had a tumor and thinking that I was actually going to die. And when I was told that I had multiple sclerosis, I literally was so happy about that because I literally, in a sense, I chose multiple sclerosis over a tumor that would have just killed me, right? And with multiple sclerosis, I haven't really heard of many people who died from it. I don't think it's a life-threatening disease in that sense, but I was aware of all the challenges I had to deal with, but I was honestly ready to deal with that. Like, I just wanted to be alive kind of thing, right? So when I was reflecting back on how I felt about this whole situation and how people found me inspirational, I started to think about high school. And guys, when I was in grade 9, so yes, that was 8 years ago, a lot of people don't believe me because everyone always asks me what grade I'm in when they see me, and I'm just like, I'm done university, I'm just staying back a year, so it doesn't help that my eyes are so big, my smile is big, I'm a tiny person, so yeah, that doesn't really help. Basically, what I've noticed was in the span of like about a year, since posting that video, I've been getting like a lot of comments about how much inspiration I gave people, and every single time that topic even came up, I always felt like I don't know, I just didn't think my video was inspirational. So I'll leave a link down below of my multiple sclerosis journey. I just find that a lot of people just think I'm just naturally strong or something. I don't know what it is. But if I'm to be honest with you, I feel like being a teenager was hell for me. I was bullied to the point where I got suspended over rumors that were spread about me in the school. And because I've always been bullied, you know, growing up as a kid as well, just being suspended was the most scariest thing for me because, guys, like, I was such an innocent kid. Like, I didn't understand why someone would pick on me like that. And I didn't understand why someone would spread all of these rumors about me, especially throughout the school. It was just really frustrating me, right? Basically what happened was I got suspended, and because I was also being bullied at the time, and because I had no friends, I just had no one to vouch for me for when I got suspended, and it was just really frustrating, right? And it came to a point where I was just getting bullied a lot of the times. Like, at one point, when I came back from my suspension after 3 days, a lot of people were asking me where I even went because missing 3 days of class was a big deal in high school. But yeah, a lot of people would ask me where I went, and I was so open about it. I would just be like, I was suspended. Like, I just didn't know what to say, right? And I didn't realize I'd get bullied over that when people found out about these rumors that were spread about me in the school. And it really sucked because the principal of the school at the time, she didn't care to hear my side of the story. She just suspended me, and that was that. And yeah, and it came to a point where my sister, who's actually 20, I don't even know how old she is. My sister right now, she is 28. I have two older sisters and they're twins. Yeah, they're both 28. So she actually yelled at the principal in the office. And the guidance counselors, there were two of them, they were so happy that my sister even did that because it was so unfair that I was getting suspended over something so stupid. And I had about 2 guidance counselors and 3 social workers because I wasn't at the best place in my life. I honestly felt like I was going to kill myself. Social workers were very helpful for me because for me personally, I never really had friends in high school. Like, I'd always jump from friend to friend until one bullied me, I'll go on to the next friend. Like, it was just that bad, right? And at one point, like, sometimes I'll just spend days, like, on the staircase because I was just so terrified to meet people. I've just been getting a lot of comments about how strong I've been through my multiple sclerosis journey. And it's been great because a lot of people have been giving me, like, you know, positive vibes and comments. Quite a few of you have actually told me how inspired they were by me, which honestly I find the most cutest thing because when I posted this video a year ago, guys, I never once thought I'd be an inspiration to people. Like, I just honestly posted this video to kind of show people that having positive vibes literally just put you in a better place, and like to just never be upset about something so stupid like being diagnosed with a disease, because guys, we got this. We literally got this, and we can literally change everything if we just have the right diet, right? And that's just the way I'm thinking of it. You may think otherwise, I don't know. I honestly, like, it's so crazy that I'm even saying this, like, honestly, like almost a decade later, but in a sense, being bullied when I was growing up as a kid has technically worked in my favor. In the sense where if I hadn't been bullied to the extent in which I had been, I don't think I would have been strong about being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And if I had to be honest with you guys, I feel like the only reason I've been strong through my multiple sclerosis journey was because I was bullied to a point where I actually wanted to kill myself. And it came to a point where I actually started to self-harm. And by that I mean I started to cut my wrist and leave all these scratches all over my wrist. And that lasted about 2 years too. And at one point, I wanted something more meaningful than that, and I was depressed. I was 100% depressed. I cut the word hope onto my wrist, hoping that one day it'll last forever. And it obviously didn't. I mean, those scars are gone now. And when I was 19, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I was like, why? Like, I don't understand, because being a teenager was hell for me, right? What a way to top off my last year of being a teenager with a disease. Like, that was just the way I thought about it. I kind of laughed about it, but I was just like, what the heck? Like, I just was like, whatever. But basically, when I was 19, I was about to have my birthday and I was going to turn 20. So I was like, I want to remember being a teenager. But being a teenager for me was hell. I hated it. And I wanted to remember it, right, in a way. So I decided to get a tattoo on my wrist that said the word hope on it. And this was the same wrist I cut myself, except this tattoo has a period on it. And I purposely put a period on it to kind of put an end to, I don't know, everything. Like, I just thought it was really artsy, so I put a period. this wasn't to remind me of the bad experiences I had being a teenager or just during that time frame, but it was just to remind me of how strong I am and how strong I am to kind of get through anything in life, because that was the most hardest thing I've ever went through, guys. I've obviously haven't gone through so much detail because I don't want to, but all of these rumors are spread about me, right? Like, it obviously made me so depressed. 6 years ago, I did not think I'd make it this far. I did not think I'd be alive, because I would always self-harm, right? And this was only in grade 9, so it's been about, what, 8 years? So I've never thought to do that again. And actually think about it, I did not think that there'd be a today 6 years ago. I honestly was so convinced that I was going to kill myself, and I was just that depressed, and it was just really scary for me. I've just been a very, depressed person when I was in high school, and if I had to be honest with you, I feel like that was the most hardest experience I've ever went through. So being told I had multiple sclerosis, that was nothing to me, honestly, guys. Especially because I also spent months crying myself to sleep thinking I had a tumor. Just being bullied was probably the most hardest thing I've ever went through, because that was something that was not in my control. But being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I knew for a fact that there was something I could do to help myself, and it's exactly what I'm doing right now, just having a vegan diet and just eating better, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for all the positive vibes and comments I've been getting from you guys. It has meant a lot to me. That's pretty much it to my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Check out my Instagram. Follow my blog. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.